Anger is one of the most common emotions we all experience. But did you know that studies show we can get angry up to 6 times a day on average? And yet, many people don't realize how dangerous it can be. Research from the American Psychological Association reveals that anger, when left unchecked, can increase your risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and even stroke. Shocking, right? But here's the good news. You can break free from anger's grip in just 10 minutes a day. Yes, 10 minutes is all it takes to begin your journey from feeling frustrated to feeling peaceful. In this video, we'll teach you powerful, easy-to-use techniques to calm your mind, shift your emotions, and embrace acceptance, starting today. Ready to stop letting anger control you? Let's dive into mindfulness strategies that will help you reclaim your peace. Chapter 1: The Power of Pause. Breaking free from the storm. The first step in calming your anger is giving yourself permission to pause. In the heat of the moment, we often react impulsively. But research shows that taking even a brief moment to pause can significantly lower stress levels. Studies from the University of California have shown that when we intentionally take a short break in emotionally charged situations, our brain's stress response is less intense. Just 5 deep breaths or a few seconds of silence can give you the clarity to respond more thoughtfully. This pause creates space between your trigger and your reaction, allowing you to think more clearly and make better choices. Next time you feel anger rising, try a simple breathing exercise. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. This helps shift your body out of the fight or flight response and back into a state of calm. Remember, it's not about suppressing your anger, it's about creating a space for reflection, so you can act with intention rather than out of impulse. Chapter 2: The Mindful Reframe. Seeing anger from a new lens. Anger is often seen as an unwanted emotion, something to push away. But what if you could reframe it as an opportunity for self-awareness? In his book The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle suggests that every emotion, including anger, holds a lesson for us. Instead of pushing anger away, ask yourself, what is this anger teaching me? Is it revealing an unmet need, a fear, or a boundary being crossed? By reframing anger as a message rather than a problem, you start to see it differently. Acknowledge it without judgment. For example, when someone cuts you off in traffic, instead of immediately labeling them as rude, try asking yourself, what does this situation tell me about my need for control or patience? This small shift can change your entire perspective and reduce the intensity of your anger. Mindfulness expert John Kabat-Zinn writes, "You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf." Reframing your anger in this way allows you to ride its waves rather than being knocked down by them. Chapter 3: Breathe Through the Fire. Breathing techniques for emotional mastery. Breathing is one of the most powerful tools you can use to calm yourself. When we're angry, our breathing becomes shallow and rapid, which fuels the anger response. But deep, slow breathing can interrupt this cycle. According to research from the American Institute of Stress, deep breathing techniques can lower cortisol levels in your body, effectively reducing the physiological effects of anger. A great method to try is the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold your breath for 7 counts, and then exhale for 8 counts. This technique not only calms your nervous system but also provides a moment of mindfulness where you can refocus your thoughts. With consistent practice, it can even help you respond more calmly to anger triggers in the future. The science behind this is simple. When you breathe deeply, you signal to your body that it's safe to relax. In fact, deep breathing stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps lower heart rate and blood pressure, both of which rise when you're angry. In other words, your breath is your anchor to emotional stability. Don't forget to subscribe for more mindfulness tips to help you reduce stress and find inner peace. Chapter 4: Release the Grip. Letting go of control to find peace. Anger often stems from our need to control a situation or outcome. We want things to go our way, and when they don't, frustration sets in. But here's the truth: life will never go exactly as planned, and resisting this fact only causes more stress. letting go of the need for control is key to finding peace. Mindfulness teacher Sharon Salzberg emphasizes that letting go is not a loss, it's a liberation. When we stop trying to control every outcome, we free ourselves from the constant battle against life's unpredictability. Try this. Next time you feel angry, visualize yourself holding a clenched fist, symbolizing your need for control. Then, slowly open your hand. Imagine the tension and anger melting away with every finger that uncurls. It's a simple yet powerful exercise in releasing control and embracing the flow of life. You'll find that by letting go of your need to control every aspect of a situation, you invite a sense of freedom. This doesn't mean passivity, but rather accepting that not everything is within your power, and that's okay. Chapter 5: Embrace the Unseen. Accepting the present moment. Mindfulness isn't about making anger disappear, it's about learning to live with it in a healthy way. Instead of resisting the emotion, we can accept it as part of our present experience. When we fully embrace the present moment, anger loses its grip on us. A study from Harvard University found that people who practice mindfulness regularly experience less emotional reactivity. When we accept the moment as it is, without trying to change it, we stop feeding the emotional cycle that keeps anger alive. Try a simple body scan next time you're feeling angry. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and mentally check in with each part of your body. This practice helps you stay rooted in the present and can help release some of the physical tension caused by anger. As Thich Nhat Hanh says, mindfulness is the energy that helps us recognize the conditions of happiness that are already present. In other words, when we stop focusing on what we can't change, we open ourselves to the peace and acceptance already available in the moment. Chapter 6: Gratitude for Peace. Transforming anger into compassion. One of the quickest ways to shift from anger to acceptance is through gratitude. It may sound counterintuitive, but focusing on what you are thankful for can diffuse negative emotions. In fact, research from the University of California found that people who practice gratitude regularly have lower levels of anger and stress. Try this simple practice. In the midst of your anger, pause and think of 3 things you're grateful for. They could be as small as a warm cup of coffee or as big as your relationships. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right in your life, creating a sense of calm. Additionally, gratitude fosters empathy and compassion, 2 qualities that can counterbalance anger. Instead of holding onto your frustration, try viewing the situation from a compassionate perspective. If you're angry with someone, think about their challenges or struggles. This helps you approach the situation with understanding rather than hostility. By practicing gratitude, you can transform your emotional energy into something more positive. Remember, anger is just an emotion, not your identity. With mindfulness and gratitude, you can turn anger into acceptance and experience more peace in your daily life. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share it with friends who might benefit from these techniques. Peace is possible, and it starts with you.